Welcome in on this Tuesday. You're watching First Shift. I'm Kristen Strakalaitis. Coming up, the coming EV shift to 800-volt architectures. But first, your morning headlines. We'll begin with product. Mercedes-Benz is electrifying its high-volume, high-margin crossover lineup. The automaker will release the EQS SUV in the U.S. late this year. The EV will be built in Mercedes factory in Vance, Alabama, and exported to Europe and other global markets. Production is expected to start in June. Pricing was not disclosed, but the single-motor EQS starts at about $105,000 in Germany. The EQS SUV is the third model built on Mercedes' new electric vehicle architecture. The crossover shares its long wheelbase with the EQS sedan, but is nearly 8 inches higher than the sedan. The utility has an electrically adjustable second row of seats and an optional third row. Chevrolet says it will launch a new Trax subcompact crossover in 2023. Production of the current model will end late this year. The new model, like the current version, will be a gasoline-powered small entry-level crossover. Output of the new Trax is slated to begin in the first half of next year. U.S. sales of the Trax tallied about 5,800 in the first quarter. That's down 66% from a year earlier. In other news, Tesla blasted California's lawsuit accusing the company of ignoring rampant racism in its factory in Fremont. The state's Department of Fair Employment and Housing alleged that Tesla turned a blind eye to years of complaints about racial slurs on the assembly plant. In a court filing, Tesla says the agency conducted a bare-bones investigation without interviewing key witnesses, requesting key documents, or ever stepping foot in the factory. The automaker also claimed the agency ignored its statutory obligations and rushed to file suit. Tesla has faced a number of lawsuits over its treatment of black employees. And Stellantis is suspending operations at its van factory in Russia. The automaker says the move is being made to ensure full compliance with sanctions imposed due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The factory had been operating at a low level for weeks as parts supplies dried up. Bloomberg reports that the factory was one of the last functioning automotive plants in Russia. On today's Tech Tuesday, we're looking at the future of electric vehicles. Automakers and suppliers are preparing for the next generation of components with solid-state batteries, axial flux motors, and now 800-volt electrical systems that promise to cut charging time in half, sharply reduce battery size and cost, and increase drivetrain efficiency. EV component suppliers say that by the end of the decade, 800-volt vehicle architectures will be the dominant technology, especially as more and more dedicated full electric platforms such as Hyundai's eGMP and Volkswagen Group's PPE appear. But suppliers say before more 800-volt EVs can come to the market, there are some technical challenges that need to be worked out. They say components need to be developed and verified. Also, costs are something of an issue, but parity will come with scale, the prospect of smaller batteries, and the use of less copper. Auto News Now comes your way this afternoon. Have a great day, and we'll see you Wednesday morning.